guys, this is the Deansy Boy Show. I am your host, Rhys Deans, and just recently, a few hours ago, we just had the event of WWE Summerslam, in which I posted a video up just earlier on explaining what I thought currently on the show itself and how I thought it went. There was a lot of negative comments about the show. I didn't express freely about any positive reactions or any positive matches that come out of the show. I've done two videos. One was just before the Brock Lesnar v Randy Orton match, and one was near the end of the match itself. Yeah, so I'm doing this video now in which I'm going to be telling you more about the show and what I thought, because I feel like I didn't express more. Well, to me anyway, I didn't feel like I expressed more on the matches itself. But basically, the event started off well, exciting, but then through the course of the matches and through the course of the show, it started to die down. I kind of noticed that during the women's match. Now I'm not criticizing the women's match. That was one of the main causes that made me lost interest. There was other matches as well that got me put off of SummerSlam last night. The reason why I say the women's championship match put me off was because the way it was delivered, the way it was brought out. Some say it was a good match. Okay, that's your opinion. I didn't think it was a good match, and when Charlotte won the belt, I thought that was being traditional ass kisses and just favoritism, people of the WWE. I just thought as well that when I found out that Sasha Banks was not going to be on the show for the next month, it goes to show that the wellness policy suspension era is still going strong. So with the match, there was a few athleticism, there was a few moves going about, but to me, I wasn't really amazed, and I wasn't really drawn into the match. But if I had to give a rate out of 5, I'd say a 3 out of 5, because there was moves in there that were good. I think they tried to keep up the potential, tried to keep the moments there, but for me, I just wasn't really drawn in as much, so that's why I give it a 3 out of 5. The other match, like when it started, the live show, I know we had the pre-shows, but I never watched them. And in fact, I was watching Attack Pro Wrestling, and I was in Cardiff, so I went back to my mate's flat to watch SummerSlam, and we started watching it from the very first one, the very first match of like the proper evening. We had like Enzo and Big Cass versus Jericho, which I really like, and I don't want to say much on the tag team matches because I feel like there's just been too many of them going on recently. I think the WWE needs to die the tag team era down a bit. So on that note, but Jericho and Kevin Owens have got this good relationship going, this good teamwork. Everything that they're doing is perfect as a tag team, and they're really good. Enzo and Big Cass, their promo about New York and everything, I thought it wasn't as good as the one they done in Battleground. So I think that was a bit of a letdown. So but in all the match they put on and everything, I'm gonna have to give this one another 3 out of 5, just to jump back forth. Yeah, so like 3 out of 5 matches. Was there now, and I'm tired right now because I've only had like 3 or 4 hours of sleep, and I'm still in my Mark Andrews t-shirt from what I was wearing last night during the Attack Pro and SummerSlam. It's just tired, and my brain, I don't think it's functioning properly. It's like I'm going to explain more of the main matches, but like the WWE tag titles, I thought I thought that was a bit of a disappointment, and why the freaking hell was Jon Stewart there? I do not know. He should not be there at all. The next time they do another SummerSlam show, if Jon Stewart's going to be there, I suggest that the creative team should all be shot, because why the fuck would that prick be there? I do not know. He doesn't need to be there. End of. The tag team title match, I didn't thought it was that good. Big E coming back and drinking the thing, the drinking of it, but I'm gonna have to give the tag team title match a 2 out of 5. Just I can't see much about it. It was not really good. AJ Styles and John Cena, though, that really got me going. It got me all hyped up. I was actually drawn into that match. The moves from both competitors, they were both brilliant. They did show off their excellence. AJ Styles picking up the win. I thought that was a nice touch as well. It had to be AJ Styles, otherwise, you know, where would it lead AJ Styles after that match? And especially for John Cena leaving, you know, it wouldn't go down as well for AJ Styles and the future career. I mean, I could see him wearing the WWE Championship belt, and he could actually make it important. And I'll get to the WWE Championship match in a minute. But yeah, the match itself, it was fantastic. It was filled with excitement. It was filled with off my seat moment, you know, like nearly on the edge of my seat, just watching the match. And it was absolutely fantastic to see both men in the ring and putting on a very good match. So I'm gonna have to give this one a 5 out of 5 because AJ Styles, and it's always been a great wrestler. I've watched him throughout TNA, Ring of Honor, and watching him glimpse in Japan, and also in WWE. He's still got it, and he can continue doing that as much as he wants. And for John Cena, I've been an anti-John Cena fan all my life, but I've actually grown to respect him a bit more as a competitor and as a committed individual. So I'm gonna have to give him a nice salute there. John Cena, you did yourself proud there, mate. Well done, good on you. Moving on to the WWE Championship match with Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler. I can't really say much about this match. It was boring. It was a bit slow. There was not much to really say about it, and I'm getting to the point where I'm actually losing interest with Dean Ambrose now. I really enjoyed the Dean Ambrose when he was pushing himself to limits just to get the big wins, and basically, like, I always liked him as the man who's trying to get there but he never gets it. And now he's got the WWE Championship belt. I was like, yay, I was happy, but at the same time, as soon as it progressed and he's had his matches, I think it was after the triple threat match that I started to lose interest a bit more, because it just got a bit boring for me, and it made me question, is he actually worth it? But I think now with Dolph Ziggler possibly out of the picture, I do not know, but I think in their next pay-per-view, which I think is Backlash, they need to bring in Bray Wyatt, so like a triple threat match needs to happen. Some people could disagree, some people could agree, or some people, I'm not sure about it, but I think so, because I think even though he had another triple threat match with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, I think he needs to improve himself more and make him. They need to make him more worthy as a champion, so he can go up against anyone. And having like triple threat matches or fatal four-way matches could once every now and then, you know, it could be good. You know, it could be good for him. It could be good for the other participants like Dolph Ziggler and Bray Wyatt, who never really got a well-deserved push recently. So, but all for rounding up the WWE Championship match, I'm gonna have to get this one a 2.5 out of 5. No, actually, I'll give it a 3 out of 5, just because there were a few points there where I thought they were good, but also I think Dolph Ziggler needs to drop the super kick signature move and stick with the zigzag, because it goes to show with creativity and talent in the WWE, it's lacking so much that they're just going, yep, you're going to copy Shawn Michaels. You know, and that's really disappointing. Well, whatever matches there were there. The Finn Balor and Seth Rollins match, the match itself, fantastic. A 5 out of 5 match straight away. There was nothing wrong with it whatsoever. The only thing that was wrong with it, like the whole point, the only thing that was wrong of that match wasn't the match itself. It was the belt. And I said this on Twitter. I can't believe the WWE are lacking creativity and thought. If it's coming down to Vince McMahon, then Vince, you need to fuck off right now, because you just can't keep doing this to us, to you, to the WWE. I mean, it goes to show that how creative the WWE are, and that means it's zilch. That's how crazy that is. No. And also, because they copied the women's belt and the WWE Championship belt, it's not making the WWE Universal title important, and it's not making it feel big. It's not making it as a very, well, like a belt that does deserve to be at the top with all the other belts. But with Finn Balor winning it, I was really surprised, even though I was going for Finn Balor, but at one point I was expecting Seth Rollins just to pick up a pinfall. But it's Finn Balor winning, and he's getting that big push of a lifetime. I feel like that's a brilliant start for the career of Finn Balor, and especially as the Demon King, and they gotta start calling him that, because we all know it's Finn Balor. Come on. Even the Undertaker and King will probably be like, yeah, just shut up. But all in all, I think the WWE Universal title, thumbs down. But the Finn Balor and Seth Rollins match, a thumbs up. Brilliant, hands down, 5 out of 5, no problem. Rusev v Roman Reigns, that never happened. It was a no contest, 0. Never liked Roman Reigns. I don't like Rusev now. I've lost interest whatsoever between them two. And to have them two already having a match before SummerSlam, it's gotten to the point now where are you going to go with this? What are you going to try and do with that? All in all, a 0 out of 5. Can't see nothing more. Absolute horseshit. Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton match. Yeah, it's a difficult one to say, because I said to Steve, who stayed up to watch SummerSlam, there was actually 7 of us watching it, and it came down to me and Steve just watching the main event. It did not deserve to be the main event at all. If they were talking about like a Raw versus SmackDown kind of match, they should have had it after Cena versus Styles to give that bit of a momentum, give a bit of a boost, and not have it as the main event. Especially that Rusev and Reigns were like before the main event as well. That should have been way before Cena versus Styles. They should have had like Roman Reigns versus Rusev. They should have had Cena versus Styles. Then the championship matches, and not Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton. I think that should have been like Cena versus Styles, Lesnar, Orton, then the belts. Yeah. So that was well, I can't say it was a very good match, because it was typical Brock Lesnar suplex repeat, and I was saying to Steve, I said to him before the match, I bet you he'll do 7 suplexes and Randy Orton would do 3. I was close. Randy Orton did do 2 RKOs, and Brock Lesnar did do 7 German suplexes. So if only Randy Orton did that 3rd RKO from out of nowhere, I would have been a sidekick. And I liked I actually like it. I don't know for some of you guys, but I actually liked it how Brock Lesnar started beating down Randy Orton and making him turn into a bloody state. I really enjoyed that. I think that's given a bit of another signal where, come on, rather than new era, we've got to add in some graphic violence. And some people may disagree, saying, oh, you got to think of the kids. There's adults there too, and they need a bit of a flavour. So, come on. There's adults there who watch the Attitude Era. You gotta have everything, and especially if you're gonna be punching someone, like physically and elbowing someone, right? They're not gonna they're not gonna be flesh and skin and all clean. They're gonna be like bloody and broken bones and all that sort of thing. What's really funny as well is that when Randy Orton got thrown into the crowd, and then he was about to come out, and Brock Lesnar threw him back, and he went into the announce table. I thought that was very good. It shows that Brock Lesnar he's still powerful, he's dominant, and he's still like, yeah, I'm still here. I'm gonna kick your ass. And especially that when he went for the kill and turned Randy Orton into a bloody state. Him winning by total knockout, I thought that was a nice touch as well, because the way that they're continuing and carrying Brock Lesnar is saying like, oh, Brock Lesnar does not need to pin him, they can just destroy him, and they can't do it. I think if there's going to be more matches with Brock Lesnar, he's got to beat the opponents by total knockout to have that proper fighting spirit. Now, some people are criticising Brock Lesnar for being a druggie because he failed the wellness policy. I can accept that. Some saying he's just a fighter, he's not a wrestler. Trust me, there have been loads of fighters who turned to wrestling. Ken Shamrock, Dan Severn. There's been loads, guys, and wrestlers have turned to fighters. Wrestling has got features of fighting, so I can't really say much on the matter of that, but wrestling does have the themes of fighting, so we can't argue with that. But also going back to the match, I thought Goldberg was going to make an appearance, and I was a bit disappointed. I think you've seen it as well on the video. I was a bit disappointed that Brock Lesnar just walked away after F5 and Shane McMahon as well. You know, I don't know what's going on with that. I think they're still going to continue with Brock Lesnar versus SmackDown, to be honest with you. But I thought at the right time it should have been the moment where Brock Lesnar would have to face Goldberg, and like Goldberg would come out, and that would have been perfect. It would have actually saved the show, if you know what I mean. If I mean, there was the Cena v Styles match, then there was the Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. If Goldberg would have actually appeared on SummerSlam towards the end, I thought that would have been a very nice touch, and I thought that would have saved the show. But all in all, Brock Lesnar just knocking out Randy Orton, leaving him in the bloody stand, and F5 and Shane McMahon, and then just walking out of the building like Brock Lesnar is. Yeah. But all in all, to me, the match itself, I give it 3.5 out of 5. Just to give it that. So to round up all the matches, if I've left some out, I'm sorry, they were shit. If I've left them out, I've left out actually the 6 women tag match. Only reason, it was boring, it was dull, it just happened to be there, and it was unnecessary. It should have been in the pre-show. And also with the Intercontinental title match as well, The Miz and Apollo Crews. Again, I was bored. I can't rate it. I nearly fallen asleep, so I just can't really say much on the matter. So the 6 women tag match and the Intercontinental title match, I'm all around, I'm going to give it a generous 1 out of 5 because I felt like it. Yeah. But all in all, the show itself, I'm going to have to give it a 5 out of 10. It was disappointing. It was badly booked. It was only relying on the more experienced competitors to carry on the show. Only 2 matches actually brought up the hype of the pay-per-view, and you can't rely on 2 matches. You got to rely on like 4 or 5 matches, probably like 4, like just to make it 4. You got to have 4 matches that can give it a good hype, and right now SummerSlam was just a bit of a disappointment. So today I'm going to give SummerSlam 2016 a 5 out of 10, and for the quote-unquote, it was a depressing, rainy summer. But that's all I've got time for here, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your host, Reese Deans. This has been the Deansy Boys Show. Excuse me if I'm being all tired and I'm mixing up my words and not making any sense, but I've given you a good video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I will be doing another one probably sooner, but I've been your host. Goodbye.